Yo, 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 what's up? The music volume should be fine, but let me know if it's a little too loud. Sometimes that does happen. And sorry if my mic's squeaking a bunch, I was moving it a bunch. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Matty Ice? What's up, VC? What's up, Aloha? What's up, Jimmy's channel? What's up, Sinful? AKA Zinful? AKA the Untouchable? Oh, it'll probably help if I share the stream link around, wouldn't it? Damn, y'all are real. Y'all all joined the stream without even a link being posted. That means you're all the realest ones here. What more proof could I need, you know? Ew, you're gonna play Marvel Rivals tonight? Fucking loser. Oh, it's the Overwatch one? Oh. I was thinking of the card game still, dude. Every time you say Rivals, I think of the card game. They have a game called Marvel Snap that I saw blow up, and I thought that was what you meant. That makes more sense now. Yeah, and y'all like this stream. Y'all are real. Y'all liked it before other people were even here. Alright, so guys, not a lot of people are going to join today. So we're just going to go over some really good stuff to make them jealous. So does anybody want to go over how you could have made $1 bajillion on IWM today? And I'm not talking about the first drop. I want to go over how you could have made money on this today. And how one of my traders did make money on this today. All right, let's go over it. So in chat, if you guys go to trade floor at about 12:07, our board President Carter, aka Prop Street, posted a chart on IWM, and as soon as I saw it, I knew exactly what he was looking at, and I couldn't be more proud. But he used the, I believe it's the, here, let's go to a different chart. Here, we'll just make a new one. Oh my god, it is. So if you grab the overnight gap, my bad, I was like honestly just in awe drawing that. So why I went to the daily is because it's a little easier to see. I don't know, I'm just weird. But you could have done it from right here. You just go from the previous day close up to the current day open, and what you're doing is marking the gap. It's a little more accurate way of marking the gap from overnight, because there is a little bit of one. But if you go to the daily, and here we'll do it here in a second, it's a little impossible to see that. Like, I mean, it's not impossible. You should be seeing this. I'm not trying to be easy on you guys right now. You should be able to see this. We closed right here. We opened up here, right? So what does that mean? We just gapped up in a pretty big way. This could be a pretty big bullish day, right? So what ends up happening? They end up dumping. You know, and that's why I said I'm not here to tell you how you could have made $1 bajillion on this first move. I'm not. I'm here to talk about this second move. I mean, look how much movement you got today. Almost no excuses to not see this one. And Carter posted this, and I saw that in there, and I was like, yeah, this is probably post of the day. Because again, it's not about, oh, look how fucking huge his first move is. No, it's insane how it comes up and it smacks the golden pocket and the halfway point with a bearish candle, very obviously bearish candle, at the perfect part of the chart. I mean, what more could we ask for visually, you know? I mean, that is just insane. So again, switching to the 1 minute, you could take some scalps. This is something that I personally do. You could stay on the 5 minute, and your stop loss would be any push over this. I would probably keep my stop loss a little lower than this 50% level. This is, of course, where your trade is definitely wrong if it pops over this level, so you can keep that as your stop. But if you want to keep it a little bit more minimized, you could also just do the 50% of this range, but it really depends on you. If you're entering outside of the golden pocket, probably use the golden pocket as your stop loss. Don't sit there and try to act like you were someone who was trading this candle against the 50%. You don't have the same positioning. Your contract isn't going to be as awesome. So, you know, having a stop loss that's according to how you entered. But beautiful breakdown though, and a great example by Carter today showing how just awesome IWM looked today. Yeah, I didn't want to come here and be like, oh, you guys should have traded the open percent entry, blah 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 blah. No, I'm not here to talk about all that. We don't do that. We do retest trading here. But that is a great way you could have destroyed that chart today. I didn't even bother looking at SPY yet because I saw Carter's post and I was just so lost in how well that looked. But holy crap, SPY looks just as good. Oh, my level was 20 cents off, darn. And look where it went up and stopped. 606.40. Like, these levels are so freaking good. I'm not trying to be like egotistical on that, but I mean, come on, these levels are pretty freaking good. Damn, I just spit some bars on trade floor. Just goes to show you don't need to be like everyone to profit like the few. Definitely check out my message on trade floor. Yo, Sand thank you, bro. Bro, he just gifted a $5 donation and he gifted a membership. Brother. He just gifted $5 and he gifted a membership. Who did that go to? I went to SK, okay. Okay, at least it went to someone that we know will probably use it. SK's pretty chill, so. Dude, thank you, Sand. You're a real one. I actually was just about to say, it's funny. Dude, I'm not even joking. The last thing that hit my brain before I went to sleep last night is I was thankful for, I think I got like 4 or 5 gifted memberships last week. I don't know who did it. I don't remember who you are. It's probably Sand. But whoever that was, thank you. Because I don't know why that randomly hit me last night. I was like, man, I had like a few gifted memberships last week. That was kind of vibey. I appreciate those people. Because I know it's only $5, but you're literally giving someone access for like a month to potentially enjoy the content they're looking at from my channel. And then it's like, oh, wow. We might end up getting another person that sticks around and actually, you know, learns a strategy. That'd be pretty cool. It's not even just like, oh, we might get another membership signed up. Like, no. It's just cool you might actually, like, stick someone into liking our strategy. And the next thing you know, we got another active, you know, able-minded person in chat. Which is totally cool. Yo, what's up, Andrew? Good to see you, man. Trigger alert on trading floor. Where? Alright, I'll just ban him. That's cool. Bro took that personal, didn't he? Bro, that's crazy. I wasn't even calling him out and he took that personal. Bro, I could have meant any strategy. I was talking about just any popular strategy. Why did he take that so personal? Yeah, I'm just gonna ban him. I'm not even gonna bother trying to explain. I'm done explaining myself, man. Like, did we not just sit here like last week and talk about this for like 3 hours? I'm sorry if you didn't catch that conversation, but I wasn't talking about JBake. I just banned him. I'm not even gonna bother with it. I don't know. He just messaged me too. He said, LOL, you kicked me out of the group for asking a question? Crazy. I said, wasn't meaning you and you try to start shit. So yeah, you want to go crazy? Good for you. I've always talked this way, and even if you don't like it, you can leave. He said, how was that a question starting shit? It's literally a question. I said, I mean, bro, come on, I'm not dumb. Look what you asked. I'm just gonna meet you, bro. I'm gonna block you. Because I don't need to sit here and waste my time listening to people who don't want to sit here and learn my strategies. Good for you, bro. I just had to ban a long-term person that I thought was my friend because he wants to start shit. Cool, bro. Fucking pussy. Unfollow you on Twitter because you're a fucking pussy. Remove this follower. You can remove someone as a follower now? Alright, so I am being a little bit more clear, everybody on trade floor, because again, I'm really trying to keep my cool. But go to the trade floor real quick. Just posting a few things. I said you can leave if you don't want to be here. I've never had the intention of holding people here. You want to be cool. If you want to be rude, that's cool. You know, I don't even really mind that. But do it to my DMs. How dare you take it to my trade floor, where I've put my heart and all into this shit, right? You want to be rude to me? You want to be aggressive? Take that to my DMs. Take that behind the scenes where my other people that are trying to learn, trying to grow in a positive environment, want to grow, right? But you're destroying that by saying literally anything. So I appreciate everybody for not like jumping into trade floor and joining, because holy crap. But that's crazy to me. Like, actually, that's crazy. I think that's why I'm actually mad. It has nothing to do with who it is, what they said. Carnage said, is it me? LOL, no. It's not, I'm not mad about who said what or what they said. What I'm mad about is where they took it. Why would you go to trade floor and try to start shit with me? You want to start shit with me, take that to my DMs, bro. It's the internet. And you know what's funny too is like in the beginning he'd be like, "Oh, bro, thank you for teaching me everything I know." And now it's like now he knows a different strategy. And now he's treating me that way. Like I wasn't even treating him that way either. Like I could have totally held some shit over his head like any other trader would have. But did I? No, because I'm not a piece of shit. Because I didn't teach him everything he knows. And every time he said that kind of shit, it was just like, it was the fakest sounding thing ever. Like, shut up, bro. You didn't learn everything from me, clearly, because you went somewhere else and learned the exact same thing. It's the same strategy, too. That's the sad part. Mine's just more precise. Whereas they're going off of these stupid terms. But like, cool, bro. Go ahead. Be mad. And that's not even like, I wasn't even targeting him. Like, that's the sad part. I don't know. That's crazy. Does anybody have anything to say? Because that's just like mind-blowing to me. Again, it's like not what he said, who said it, it's where they said it. Like, come on, bro. I'm trying to keep chat as like a positive learning environment, right? So what do I go in there and say? I go in there and I type this kind of shit. Why? Why do I type this kind of shit? Do you know who I learned this from? One of the largest groups that I've ever seen grow, and they've already been destroyed because their leader ended up being a scammer. But my whole point is, like, he would rally the troops. Like, that was his whole thing. Like, he'd go into his trade floor. As soon as he typed, everybody was fucking excited. Like, that's what I like to do. I like to arrive, and I like to just explode onto the scene. Why is that? Because I like to rally my troops. I like to motivate the people in my chat. Because I know that it's hard to get in here and just talk about the same shit. Listen to the same... Because I'm not going to go over anything different. I'm going to go over the levels, and I'm going to go over our trading strategy. That's literally it. Right? Like, I'm not, and again, I'm not the person who will get something from you. You will not learn something from me, and I will hold it over your head. That's not gonna happen. I've never done that to someone. I never will. You guys have seen me have thousands of people cycle through this chat. You know, it's like, it's nothing new to me. I've never once thought, oh, Leland learned my strategy, I'm better, I'm always going to be better than him, right? No, that's not the case. You guys have heard me a billion times say on this stream that Leland, someone who learned a strategy years later than me, fucking like 3-4 years later than me, he learned my own strategy. This dude doesn't just learn it, he optimized it, right? So you can already see I'm not the type of person who holds things over someone's head. Like, why would I do that? That's so weird. You're capping someone's growth by doing that kind of thing. If I did that to Leland, I don't think he'd make half the trades he makes today. He probably wouldn't feel like trading. He'd probably quit. Because someone would be capping his fucking innate exponential, like, potential there. Like, it's crazy. Innate abilities, like... So I can't stand that people would say some shit like that in chat. Like, and again, like, that's why I do this. I do this because the person I've seen grown his... And I don't mean he had the biggest chat. I mean, like... His chat, I'm not naming who this is. It's like something from literally 6-7 years ago. None of you would know this. He wasn't that big, but his chat was so awake. It was so alive. Every time he arrived, everybody was fucking ready to go right there. That's why I do that. I come into chat and I wake people up. So for him to type some dumbass shit after I type a message like this, something I've done for 6-7 years now, I rally the troops. That's what I'm gonna call it. That's what I'm calling it. My stupid ass name. Sorry if that sounds corny. I'm not trying to sound funny right now though. Like, that's just crazy to me. So again, I'm not mad about who said what. I'm mad about where it was said. That's what I'm mad about. No, sack and save. I've known him for a long time. It's not something I'm just randomly pulling out of my ass. But that's why. For anybody who wants to know why I post those kinds of messages, it's to rally the troops. I've done it for literally 6 years. If someone wants to take personal offense because they went to go learn it. And also, that's my point. Why are you going to learn another strategy and then taking a personal attack in a different Discord server? Shouldn't you be focused on what you're doing? So that's my point. Go focus on what you're trying to do. And if you guys are thinking like I'm taking this personal, like I am, because he was someone I thought that was my friend. But he wasn't genuinely curious, sack and save. He was trying to poke at me. He knows what he was doing, and I'm not stupid. I'm just letting you know that's what happened, because I don't like you guys to just see the drama and be like, oh, what the fuck happened? And then I just don't tell you like every other Discord will do. I'm going to explain what happened to you. Every fucking thing. like I just did. No, it's okay. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of hurt right now, but I'm just so happy to be here with you guys. Like, I'm serious. Like, today was a beautiful day. If you watched the levels at all today, you had a great time. We already went over Spy. I'm gonna say I went over IWM, but I really just took Carter's post from Trade Floor, and I went over what he was talking about. So he went over a really good point, and that's what I'm talking about right there. Like, imagine if I held this strategy over your heads, guys, and I just made it seem like you were never gonna grow, right? You would never grow. You would never get to the point where you're able to talk like Carter is, where he's able to look at the chart, explain not just where could you have taken an advantage, but where does our strategy fit? You know, where does a retest pop up that we can apply that template and actually try to have not just a good opportunity, but actually have confidence in a good opportunity, right? Anybody can be given a good opportunity and fuck it up, right? So you gotta have that template. But that's the last I'm going to talk on that. If anybody has any questions, just link them to this part of the stream where I literally explained everything. But yeah. Does anybody have any questions about, the Bueller bias strategy? The only thing I talk about every time I approach chat or in my live stream. I'm sorry if I have to clarify that more, because apparently some people take that personal when I don't clarify it more. Damn, I didn't even see what he did today. What Kevo did today. Holy crap. Dude, I love that Kevo has these gains, because if you guys go to Kevo's chat history and the Discord, one of the last things he said last week was it was just him spreading love in the chat. He was just spreading love in the chat. Next few messages, it's him posting a pretty fat SPX gain off of a really big trade that he took. Dude, good for him. Yo, Kevo, I was just glazing you. What's up, Kevo? Kevo, if you didn't hear my glazing, go back to 2 seconds or 5 seconds. No, I didn't see that. Are you doing the overnight gap or the previous day control point? I'm assuming the PDCP. Right? Or what are you talking about? Bounced off the half gap. Was it from a few days ago, I'm assuming? And I just undrew it. Oh my god, I literally undrew this last night. I literally undid this fib last night. I shit you not. I shit you not. We had an orange level right here. I can't believe I undrew that. I only undrew it because I was looking at the chart and I was like, you know what, I'll just draw it when we actually get near here. I didn't even notice. Nah, good eye, bro. Good eye. So he was talking about an older gap, which that's why I always like jump on to people when they're like, bro, I never see gaps get filled. Like, what are you talking about? Gaps get filled all the time. Because, I mean, just look at this. So we gapped up. 1, 2, 3. Fourth day arrives. And no, we didn't go fill the gap. But what are we able to take advantage of that our strategy covers? Everybody tell me right now. What does our strategy cover? What have I gone over for fucking 7 years now? Let's draw an emerging candle real quick. You know, and then we see a big range and we draw the what? We get a halfway point. Oh, there's a big range here. Oh, we draw the halfway point, you know, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, oh, whoops, I should not have done that. There we go. Like, we should have done that. Halfway points. Halfway points. Halfway points. Halfway points. It is amazing how many times we will say this term and people will still not hear me. It's crazy. Nah, great eye, Dr. J. I personally didn't even notice it did that today, and I just deleted that level last night. Like I said, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, not to anybody who was actually prepared today, you can see I was clearly not. I didn't even trade today. Really nice though. Good call out on that. I didn't even see that. But I do remember there being that gap from a few days ago. You fucking legend. Yeah, 12-3 to 12-4. Yeah. Good looks. Also, maybe I deleted it too because I was like, oh, it's way down here. But also because it's like only, 30 or so cents. What is that? 36 cents from the level. Yo, what's up, Mel? How you doing, man? You been keeping your eye on impulse moves? Good stuff, Kevo. That's all you really gotta look for. Look for the impulse move, and then you're either gonna get one of two things. You get the continuation, or you get the retest, which gives you a fucking huge drop, which I know you know and love. And I saw you look at that too. I saw you were looking at the impulse move of the move that went down, and then I saw that you liked that price came up, but it looked really weak. And that right there, Kevo, that's everything. That is everything. And I'm really happy that you have that, like, knowledge, because it's something we've been going over for a long time. And personally, I'll be honest with you, man, I've been frustrating to teach people this stuff, because I tell people about this stuff, and then they act as if I wasn't going over it for 3 years straight, you know? So when I see results like yours, it honestly relieves the fuck out of me. So thank you, man, seriously. Like, I personally don't care about how big your gains are. You deserve every fucking dollar. No one else worked for it but you. I just want you to know that. Thank you. Really needed that relief right there. That's what I see in gains from chat. I don't see, oh, I can post this on chat and show how fucking cool we are. No, I don't do that. I'm not like all these other clowns. You know what I like to do? I like to brag about you guys. When I see people talk to me and they're like, hey, man, you like retest trading? I'm like, hell yeah, man. My traders love retest trading. You should go check out some of our gains. They're fucking killing it. Like, I don't even talk about me first. I honestly jump straight to you guys because I'm like, so many of you have been impressing me lately. It has nothing to do with like, oh, dude, look at these gains that my chat's making. Like, I've never once done that. I'm not gonna, I mean, I have in the past, but that was because I was like, there weren't groups around like there is now. I don't like to do it now because it's a little misleading. Now it's really misleading. Before it was like, hey guys, you could do this. Now it's like, I don't even want to show people that because it'll just get them the wrong idea. I don't want them to join our chat and be like, oh shit, I have to work for it. But Kevo, seriously, thank you. Like, I'd always glaze Leland, and I'm always so proud of Leland, and he's someone else who's helped definitely relieve my attention a little bit because it's like, because he knows what he's doing, and it's kind of cool to see that he knows what he's doing. But you, thank you, man. You've been kicking ass. You've been making pretty large gains, and I can actually vouch for Kevo's gains, unlike some people that we've seen in the past. I don't want to name names. And yeah, so I really do appreciate you and your hard work. Because, like, seriously, you are the reason you make that money. Like, the fact you say, I only look for impulse moves now, like, that's genius, dude. That shows that you look at the right stuff. You're working hard. Because if someone doesn't know that, that means they haven't really heard me even use that term yet. Which means they're not at that point, which is okay. But it just shows they need more time. I'm, like, trying to glaze Kevo without hurting someone else's feelings at the same time. 100%. But thank you, man. Seriously. I'm going to keep grinding. We're going to be streaming a lot more. I mean, I've already been streaming a lot more, but I try to stick to my word. And yeah, hopefully we can all work together, catch some cool trades, something like that. I really want to get a lot of people locked into chat though, so we can like turn these into member-only streams soon. I would love to do some private streams where we're actively trading a little bit more. I don't really want to do it for the just open general public. I'd rather just keep that to my people. Which we caught a lot of those last week. Last week we did catch a lot of live trades. I even unhid my screen for a second because I was like, okay, I just don't want to show anybody my account statement. Honestly, I'm quiet because I was catching up to this conversation in the YouTube chat. I was trying to read it and finish and catch up. It wasn't like towards me, so I was just trying to catch up to what y'all were talking about. I got it though. Took coin on Thursday, was up nice, and today we dropped. Have it till January 7th. You're still in it? Like entirely? And you're crazy for not trimming at least a little bit. But it is still holding a relatively good part of this move up. So it's really not GG for this one yet. It's not game over yet. Does anybody have any questions about the actual strategy or anything before I just start yapping about other stuff? I want to hold priority to those who might have a question or need help on something. But if not, we could just move on and talk about whatever and joke off and stuff. But I want to make sure all the people who actually want to learn something productive are getting what they need. Does anybody need any of that? We are in the last hour and a half of the day. TXN swing analysis, please. You can do that here in a second. See if anybody else has any questions or anything. The orange line is the, it was a level that I literally had on for like a few days when we were here in streaming, because this is from the gap up. It's the halfway point of the gap up from December 3rd to December 4th. I deleted it last night, but Dr. J was kind enough to come in here and remind me that it was down there, and that's about where we actually bounced from, so I left it on just for Dr. J. Honestly, I should have had it on, but I think I deleted it too. I think thinking back on it was because we did have a level really close, and sometimes when we have a level that's really close, I just sometimes remove it. But as you can see, sometimes that bites me in the ass. Like if I was actually actively trading that and I was looking at that, I would have been like, oh, that was 20 cents away from my level. I wouldn't have looked at it and been like, oh wow, that was 15 cents from my level, because it did only go what? No, 16 cents. Sorry, 16 cents under the level. I didn't even see the 1 minute either. I bet the 1 minute is where it actually shows how it did it. And yeah, so this is the kind of low that you want to look for. You want to actually see a candle close under it. Then you want to see the next candle, the very next candle. I don't care if you're on the 1 or the 5 minute. You want to see it close over the level. I don't care how many more candles exit over or under this level after that. As long as it doesn't make a new low, that is bullish. Someone, please write that down. That is the most broken down way of talking about the 90% entry that we talk about over the past few years. The liquidity grab is what other people among other communities will call it, a liquidity grab. And that's what we call it in here now, because that's what it is. I mean, that's a liquidity grab. There's liquidity here. They're grabbing it. I mean, they're just reaching their hand down, they're grabbing it, and they're pulling it back up. They're like, oh, we have more, and then price goes up because it has more fuel. But think of it as fuel, though. I like to think of it as fuel. It's like coming to space station. It's like, all right, bet we docked. All right, bet we have fuel again. All right, we're getting more fuel. We didn't make a new low. Okay, we're closing back over again. Okay, well, that's definitely higher probability to the upside. But remember this, guys. It only matters. That rule only matters if you're looking at an important area, right? So what important areas do we have on our chart? Emerging candles, fib extensions, supply and demand, halfway point. We got a bunch of them, right? So we're gonna end up seeing a lot of these. So don't just see them like out here in the open and be like, oh, that's a 90%. No, it isn't. Relax. We just did a 40% breakdown. You're looking for a bearish retest right here, if anything. You know, so it's about knowing where to look for them. You don't just look for them anywhere. See, this happened after a huge drop. Then we get some settling, right? So, I mean, a lot of the time you're looking for them to go, and if they tap out, let's say bulls finally give up, you know, that you're going to see them hit a resistance and do that. If bulls end up getting, or I'm sorry, if bears end up getting tired, because like a day like today where we just sold off a lot, and they make it down to a level like this, you know, it makes sense for us to get a liquidity grab, because we had so much selling. So it's not just going to randomly appear all the time. There is some ruling to it. Yo, what's up, Riak? I needed your energy in here today, man. How you doing? How are you doing, brother? You're good, Riak. I didn't want to bother you. How are you doing today, man? Oh, I didn't see your tag. Let me go back and see it. You know what? Let's all go back to the part of the chat today that I didn't get to see. Because, you know what? That's kind of disrespectful for me to tell y'all to go look at the chat and learn and pay attention. And here I am not even paying attention. So let me listen to my own rules. Holy crap, Riak. Alright, so the day started here. Y'all wake up a little too early for me. Here we go. It's so good. I love that that's his response. It's so good. Like, he's not wrong. Like, I hate when people give, like, short responses like that, but this right here, valid. It's so good. Like, he's not wrong. We're talking about Tesla here. What more is there to say? Y'all are allowed to post charts. I know that, right? Y'all can post charts in the trade floor. I won't blow up on that. Just make sure, like, it's about something that is right now, not, guys, I think I'm going to long-term invest in this. Like, bro, just bring that to post charts. Where people can review your work for a long time instead of it moving in 5 minutes. These are for the squirrel thinking trades, the ones that are going quick. If this, then that. Don't forget, bro. Yes. Why didn't y'all react to this? Y'all are crazy. Like this, like that, and that, and no, but being conditional. Being conditional. That's what that means. If this, then that. If this breaks this, I go towards this. If it breaks this, I go towards this. You know, being conditional. If it does this, I stop. If it does that, I'm taking profits. You know, giving yourself that conditional mindset. Oh, this is Microsoft. I was like, am I looking at SPY? That makes more sense now. Oh my god. That is so fucking sexy. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. Hold up. We're about to do some good review. Thank you, React. See, you're so real for this. Yeah, we're going to do more member-only streams soon. I'll be linking it to just YouTube and Discord members very soon. I'm going to start doing that more and just start getting down to the dirty with y'all because I'm tired of seeing some of you guys struggle, damn it. All right, but let's go over Tesla real quick. And honestly, in some of those member calls, it'd be cool to bring in people like Kevo, React, other people in chat who just kick ass. But we'll talk about that later. Let's go over the amazing example React has bestowed upon us. Alright, so I'm going to delete everything. We're just going to look at today's price action. So I'm taking off pre-market. I'm taking off literally everything. Right? We are focused on just a couple things. The naked chart. So we're going to grab previous day close. We're going to grab... Let me move these over. Previous day close. We're going to grab today's open. And that's it. Well, that's not it. We're also going to grab the fib. So we're going to go from the previous day close up to the today's open. Why are we doing that? Because I want to mark the gap, right? We gapped right here. So I want to see what's the 50% of this gap tell me. And maybe the golden pocket will give me some extra stuff, but the 50 is what I'm really looking at, right? So we're going to mark that. Shout out to Leland, teaching us that part of the strat. And I'll be honest with you guys, one last comment on the whole, like, drama that happened in chat earlier. Leland thought of just a couple things inside of my strategy already, basically inventing new things. But what's cool about that is that the few things that Leland made and taught you guys, like the lower high retest, aka the lead test, you know, when you see structure break, what we're about to go over right now, just the break of structure, oh, it didn't make a new high, well, if it breaks down again, it probably is going down more. Like that whole like mindset, that whole how do we know that? That's all because of Leland. Like I want you guys to know that. Like, take that serious, because I think my strategy was already good, but now it's great with everything that he added or optimized or added to the system. Because genuinely, like, some people will be in this chat, and I'm not talking about the person who took offense earlier, but just like in general, because I've been around for such a long time, I've seen those kind of people come and go. There's so many people who will just join, lose motivation, leave, find motivation again in another strategy. Maybe profit, maybe not. It doesn't matter. And then eventually quits trading because they lose motivation. Maybe they move to another strategy. They do that 100 more times. But what's so impressive, and what I'm trying to get at, is like Leland has invented just a couple small things off of my strategy, and I would honestly say, in every way, and not trying to like sound like a weird scammer type of person, but I would genuinely say, the few things that Leland added to the system is better than any other strategy that exists out there right now, because the things he goes over are not complex. They're very simplistic. They're very effective. They're very impactful. You almost always see one of these levels get touched, broken, used in a way that you and me visually love to see, like a good pattern at a good spot of the chart. We'd love to see. That's what I mean by that. And everything by that. So I'm serious. Like that's why I kind of find it disrespectful when someone who's in our chat is trying to like push another strategy onto me when all I've ever done is just talk about my strategy all the time, right? And Leland's hard work too. I gotta keep giving him props. I don't want to be sitting here and being like, it's just my work. Like, no, Leland added a lot of impactful stuff that actually helps with an actual trade, right? You know, I think it's cool to throw levels up on the screen, but the few things he's definitely taught me is how to trade better. And guess what? I wouldn't know that if I went and I learned 5 other, 6 other, 7 other strategies. Guess what? That would tear me apart. I would know what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm basically saying strategy jumping is not good. Don't strategy jump. And what's funny is like the person who took offense too, like they were friends with Leland before they even entered my chat. Closer friends to Leland than I was. And now it's like the exact opposite because of some stupid stuff. Like, what? Again, I'm not attacking that person, but it's just like, that's sad. Also, the person who took offense in chat went from being the biggest Democrat to the biggest Republican in the last 4 years, so take that to account too. Nothing, Ace. Don't even bother. But let's get back to what I wanted to talk about, guys. Are you guys ready for this? Throw me a thumbs up in chat. Sorry for all the bullshit talk. We'll go back to the good stuff now. But is everyone good? Was KP here again? No, we just had someone that was in chat for a long time just do some disrespectful shit. I just had to get rid of him instead of attacking the back. I just don't see the point of the back and forth. You know, he's not going to get anything out of it. I'm not going to get anything out of it. I just don't see the point. And he wasn't just asking a question. He was poking at the bear. I mean, even Dr. J, you said it too. You said something about, like, you were basically warning me, like, if I check trade floor, like, I'm going to get triggered. Like, yeah, and I was. But I didn't blow up this time. I took it serious, and we're moving on, and we're going to do some productive shit now. I'm not talking shit about you. If you were listening, I wasn't even talking about you or bad about you. You're still not listening. Good job, man. You're a fucking moron. Now I'm talking shit about you because you're fucking not listening. I literally was giving you props. I've done nothing but show you respect, and now you're jumping on me out of fucking nowhere, bro. I'm just not... I'm blocking and removing you because I just don't want to deal with it. I've had people like you come and go, bro. I don't want to sit here and argue with someone over, well, I learned this strategy. I wasn't even attacking ICT. You fucking retard. I didn't even say ICT. I'm attacking people whose strategies that are so similar to mine. If that's what you took offense from, then that's on you, bro. I'm just speaking the truth, and I'm rallying the troops as I've always done for 6-7 years now. You want to fucking be annoying? Cool, bro. Go troll someone else. You want to try to act like the high and mighty one? Good for you, bro. Because you're not high and mighty. You're fucking retarded. Fucking moron. Like, what do I gotta do? Like, all I do is teach people strategies and they attack me like that. Like, I don't... I'm sorry that you weren't content or entertained long enough to learn. Like, I don't... Oh, is the music not playing? Oh, my bad, guys. It's playing a different playlist. It wasn't even on a playlist. It was just sitting there paused. That's on me. I'm sorry. That was pretty stupid. Y'all are just sitting there listening to my fan, probably. Whatever, man. People want to take stuff personal when I'm not even trying to attack them. That's cool. I'm just here to go over my strategy over and over again. I'm trying to repeat the process of the things Leland has taught me. Because, like, again, like, I feel like I was just a good trader till I met him. And then he taught me a couple things, like... I mean, I already knew patterns with positioning and that bullshit, but, like... actually watching the trend correctly and watching it in the correct order. The break of structure, like we see here on Tesla. Like, okay, so I'm gonna do a cool little conversation here. So we jump up. We're bullish, right? We're bullish. That just makes sense to me. What does this candle tell you? Bullish or bearish? Bullish still, because we are still above the level. But what does this candle do that this candle didn't do? Right? This candle might be a little scary. It might be a little bit of an early warning. I'll give you that. But what did it not do that this candle did? Can someone tell me? The break of structure. This didn't break any structure, right? What's our structure that I'm calling structure? Today's open. We broke today's open. So now this triggers, okay, well, hold up. Now we might be looking for a bearish retest. We might just be looking to fall down to whatever other levels down here. I mean, this in this instance, we're talking about the halfway point of the gap up. But what did I just also talk about? If price does go back up and we don't make that new high or get over the meat of that, what does that tell us? And this is where Kevo Leland, Mel, anytime you've seen somebody catch a nice trade in chat, a lot of the time they're about to catch what I'm showing you. They're looking for the lower high of the retest, right? So it's not the fact that it's still over today's open. It's not the fact that it's rejecting this. It's the fact that this candle closed under. And now, until we see something actually show us something different, we are still bearish, right? We've already got that condition to be going down, right? Now it's about maintaining that condition. So it's not the fact that we just got a bunch of scary red candles. It's what we broke today's open. Structure. We broke a very important barrier here, right? So even though this candle was a little scary, it didn't really do much. It's all bark, no bite. Now this candle, a little bit of bite. You got a little chihuahua on your leg now. But this is what you want to be looking for. This is all just a trigger for what could be a better trade. And this is why sometimes we cry about it, because we're like, oh, it left without us. Because guess what? Sometimes we don't get this move back up. Sometimes it does just keep falling. And that's where the riskier trades, and this is where we say go light. This is where you'll hear people say that, go light, because you're not getting that better opportunity. You're getting the not as passive opportunity. So it's still great. It's still probably going to fall really well. And vice versa. You can play any of this to the opposite direction too, with the buy the dips and the higher lows and all that, and the impulse moves that we talk about so much, the halfway points. But it's just, that right there is beautiful. And React, good example posted in the chat. He's the one who showed this. That's the only way to get it out of my system, is just going over shit, I swear. It's such a good, healthy way of exerting the bad, letting in the good. Just go over some productive shit. It's like when a guy is like pissed off and he goes and he just shovels, like when you see that in a show. Like just go and do something productive instead of just venting. I gotta start doing it that way. When I vent, I just gotta do it productively. But does anybody have any questions about this? How to trade this? We can actually go over an exact entry if you want. How you should be looking at this, which this looks a lot nicer now that we don't just see a fat, scary wick. You actually see there was a buyer move at first, then it fell, and that's why we get that scary looking wick. So it's just a very quick pullback. Yeah, woo-saw. That's what it felt like. Exactly. Because you can see here, not much of a trade on that first dip, right? Then we get an inside bar, and they get a green move. So now it kind of indicates, well, hold up, it's probably going back up to at least test where we fell from, right? They go back up. Get a nice little high right here. Then they make a lower high. They make a lower high. And still nothing crazy. But then we finally get, and you can kind of just look at like the meat of the last like low. So I'm kind of drawing my cursor back here, but I'm looking at like the meat of this candle, the bottom of it. Because this is kind of where the low held at, you know, price came up. It kind of held right there for a little bit. You know, it's never going to be in the exact same spot. Price closed under actually on that candle, but this candle definitely a little bit more, you know, easier to see. And then they make a pretty clean move down. You get a couple candles to give you a little short-term retest. I'm going to call it a short-term because we're on the 1 minute. I'm sure on the 5 minute, that's probably a single candle retest. No, not even. Not even. You don't even get a retest on the 5 minute. So another great reason why I love switching from the 5 to the 1, just because you're not always going to get the same look, right? But you'll get a little bit more confidence. But nice, clean, I don't know what I was about to say there. Nice, clean retest right there. Continuation. A little bit of a single candle, 2 candle retest. So both very short-term retests. And a continuation. And nothing really ever was scary after that. Like, once they broke up here and they retested this right here, there really wasn't anything that got over this level, that got over this level, that got over that high. Like, we're still... I mean, maybe not right now. I'm just saying, like,
during all this time, we were still under new lows. So the trend really didn't invalidate until... Oh no, I hate when it does that. Honestly, about right here, yeah. Because they made this new low, they came back up, so they didn't make a new high yet, but this didn't make a new low. And then what did the very next move do? Make a new recent high. So this is about where trend change was about, from this low to this higher low on the intraday time frames. Again, when you're hearing me talk right now, I'm talking about just today, right here, right now. I'm not talking about a week ago. I'm not talking about the daily. That's very clean though. Good job, React, bringing that to my attention, because that is a very... Did you trade this today, or you just found it after you took some trades? Because either way, that was beautiful. Beautiful. Apple did the opposite? Yeah, holy. Let's add this back, because I want to make it more clear again. And I want to add that previous day supply. We can go from the high to the open of the last green candle. So over the bigger time frame level, you got a breakout, a little bit of a retest, but you only got one type of retest. Can anybody point that out to me on Apple that I actually see that was tradable? Right there. Now, this was all right. You have a single candle retest, you have a short-term retest, but this was going into a resistance. This is over that resistance. And this should give you confidence. Yep, 3-bar play. Good job. Also known as just a single candle retest. If it's not like the perfect 3-bar play, it's okay. Basically, what you want to see in the red candle that follows after, why you guys hear me say this, and I'll try to draw a cool little stick figure too. So let's say we got a level right here, right? And you only look at this when you look at open range breakout. So unless you have a candle that closes over or a candle that closes under, I don't care, right? And neither should you. So let's say we get a candle close over. I'm just going to draw it like this. If the next candle is red, I don't care. What I like about it is if the meat of it is holding the 50% of this candle. And if it is, regardless of wick, which that wick should honestly amplify how much we like it. Because why? Because they fell, then they rose to close here. So if anything, it's a nice little carrot trying to come out of the ground. Right? All we got to do is reach down and pick it up. But on that second candle, though, if the meat of it is holding 50% of that recent candle, then that is what we see as... Some people will say 3-bar play. Some people like me will say single candle retest. It's all the same shit. It's all the same shit. But that's why those are kind of awkward, and why I say you probably shouldn't be looking to trade these too much, because they are very quick. So you got to be really quick on your feet when you see them. Because it's like, oh, that candle held the 50%. Let me jump in now. You know, your question will probably be, do I jump in here or do I jump in on the next? You got to jump in on the end of that candle, because that's what's confirming that it's a reset candle. The next candle is potentially about to launch. So that's why those are risky. They're kind of hard to get in, and I don't promote them super heavily for like actively trading. But what I do like them is, let's say you have, and this was like honestly a good example as well. Let's delete all this. Is that this wasn't the first kind of retest to pop up, was it? No. So what did we have today? So over pre-market high, the very first candle was like, hey, we're bullish. Okay, bet. What does this candle hold? It's definitely holding over the 50% of that candle, right? What does this candle hold? The same amount of that candle, except it didn't make a new high, but it's green. What does the next candle do? Move up. So now we're finally getting some distance up. We're finally getting some ground, right? So we had a little bit of a retest hold here. So now we have some context. Okay, cool. A little bit of one here. A little bit of one here. So this shouldn't be you looking at this and going, oh, wow, I have my first retest happening today. Let me jump into it. No, you should look back and be like, oh, well, actually, we've had a few, and none of them were really that attractive, you know, in terms of like movement. Like this did launch to the moon. I mean, from here to here is still good if you're catching a quick scalp, but that's not what I'm going over. I want to go over good gain trades, right? So using context, now we can look back and be like, okay, well, we've had a few retests that hold, and now I'm getting my first. Actually, this would be, no, it would be your first, because this was 2, this was 2, this was like 4 or 5 candles. So this would be your first real potential 3-bar play. This one could have been 1. Ended up turning into a 4-bar play, which, again, in my eyes, is the same damn thing. It's just a little bit more time. But actually, beautiful continuation. So what I'm trying to say is you should be using this, or I'm sorry, you should be using these to understand that this isn't by itself. Use your context to amplify the fact you see this. And if anybody's seen my... Here, let me just find it. My retest trading slideshow, that big video where I go over all the types of retest. I want to find the retest thing. I even say it in that example, though. Oh, wait, this isn't it. This is going to be in slideshow shit. Slides. Retest Trading 101. All right, here we go. Let me find the point, because I want to show you I have been going over this for a long time. I'm not just trying to make up points on the fly. Right here. It's the very first point. Very effective when part of a continuation of a move up/down. So it's not really just good to find it on their own. Not only are they good for continuation, but they can also be used as a combining confirmation alongside other price action. So you can see you probably shouldn't trade these on their own. You want to find other things to like the one that you're looking at, right? And if it's the only thing that's there, probably not that strong. And if it is, whatever, you know, it's okay if we miss one. And I go over that here too. Like, see how price was, we opened up higher and then price tried to go up, didn't really get much done, came back down, held it. Now we have context that, well, we did hold something today when we moved up. And this is just a continuation of this, right? So this amplifies this. And that's how you should use single candle retest. Damn, I forgot how awesome this slideshow looked. Look. Right here. So they made a new low. They got under. And it's like a midterm retest except with one candle. That's essentially what a single candle retest is a midterm retest but with one candle. And sometimes it's going to be at the full level itself. So that's why I don't call it that. And then here's my favorite one. Like, this was seriously the best strategy we have in chat besides the lower high retest. I love the fact it's all about, like, draw this fib. All right, now if it does this, you have to do this. If it does that, it makes you do something. It makes you be decisive. You can't just hesitate or bag hold. And if you do, then that's because of you and the decisions you made, not because of the strategy or what it tells you to do, which is crazy. You have that saved on your desktop screen? You're a real one. Yeah, that's... I'm not gonna lie. Besides, like, Workshop 11, Ace, shut up, don't even bother typing it. Retest trading slideshow and the different seminars I've done with that slideshow, that is, like, the most hard work I've put into, like, a visual, like, presentation for somebody. Like, I could sit here and talk for hours. I think we all know that. But to sit down and actually type all this stuff out and stuff, like, it's just... I don't like to do it too much, but that was fun. But yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite, like, projects I've done. I honestly did it too because, like, I think it was after Leland had made something, or someone in chat had made something. I can't remember who, but something was made, and it made me look back at it, and I was like, wow, I need to get off my ass. And it motivated me to want to make something of my own, and not just go over something new, but I wanted to go over something that we already go over, but to a more in-depth, you know, way. And I was really happy to go over the retest because it's such a basic concept, but when you go over it, you see that there actually is a lot more points to it, and there's a lot more theory crafting, I guess you could say. You know, where you're like, oh, well, if it does this and I get this retest and we just broke above that level, now I'm more bullish, whereas in a scenario where I only see one retest, I'm probably not as bullish. Maddie. Pretty interesting spot here on SPY, by the way, guys. We just dipped down to the low again. No, not the candlestick handbook. I think the retest was made before the candlestick handbook. You gotta give credit to the candlestick handbook, though. Because I've talked and typed out the candles a ton of times, but I've never once done it as well as Leland did. Like, that was another level of hard work. Yeah, afternoon, by the way. Thank you, Carter. Afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon. No, I'm glad to be here, everybody. Seriously. Even after all the BS today, I'm happy to be here. It's people like you that keep me going, though. Because it's crazy how much, like, just unneeded drama you'll get when you own a Discord. With no bad intent. I have no bad intentions either. I've never I'm not trying to sound like a saint. I'm definitely a sinner. But I don't know. I've never held it over you guys, and I've just always wanted to have a positive place for people to join. Because I've always wanted that place for someone to join our chat and be like, wow, this place is pretty chill. Everybody seems to, like, actually talk to each other and knows what they're saying. It's not, whereas other Discords you go to, you'll see that it's like, if the owner's not active, like, the people are not talking. And I don't want that for my group. Like, whether I'm here or not, the chat should be working their ass off. Who posted plans today? Who posted in their post charts channel? You know, it's not even just in chat. Like, did you post it for yourself? Did you at least talk about it with yourself? That's what I care about. Even if you're not posting it in chat, that's fine. But it's definitely appreciated. But as long as you guys are doing that on your own, that's all I care about. Some of you have probably gotten really quick now. You could just do it in a couple minutes. You don't even need to think about it too long. That's good. I don't know what it was, though, Andrew. I'd have to go back and look. Because I was thinking about that, too. There's only 2 people it could have been that made something. It was either probably Leland or me. So it probably was something Leland had posted. What is your background? Bro, what? He said represent. He circled the retest trading thing right here to the slideshow, but I instantly am like, what am I looking at here? That's a pretty cool background. She's a Christmas tree. Vintage crema. Crema. Yo, VC, are you in here? Holy crap, should we be excited that we are not in this anymore? Bro, I swear you know this because of me, but we took profits because of my past experiences, and damn am I glad we did. EMPH never falls on the first try. Like right here. It fell here, but it's been down here since way back here. Like, EMPH loves to do this drop, fake you, fuck you type move, and then it either drops or rises again, but it'll still be under the level that it fell from, and then you're still looking for a retest. You're like, you know, you're still looking for that better trade. And then that came in randomly right here, which, like, I don't know how you would have randomly entered right here. I mean, I guess because it kind of went to the gap, but not really. That would have been just insane guessing. Or just getting, you know, lots of confidence with the trend. That could be a cool thing too. But you can see it didn't make that move until, like, after all that. I sounded British there. After all that faking there for a second. And it did the same thing here. Like, it goes up. So now I'm thinking, like, damn, there's a lot of upward pressure here. Inside bar, downside move, rejection. Awesome. We got our profits. That's so cool. Good for us. But it doesn't get the continuation. Why is that? Because it's EMPH, dude. Solar just... it's not all Solar, too. All Solar does not do this. They might be doing it today. Yeah, they are. But EMPH loves to do that just annoying ass, just faking out 8 times over before it makes the better move type feel. I don't know why it does that, but you'll feel like weird characteristics about charts like that sometimes. You'll look at them more and you'll be like, well, I've traded it 10 times, and all 10 times it did this. You know, it's probably something you could consistently think about. Maybe not add to your strategy or anything, but when you're trading that ticker, you could think about that. It's just a characteristic, maybe. I don't know if that's really what we should title it, but... Crema. I really like the examples today by you guys too. React had some, Kevo had some, Carter had some. There were a bunch of really just good basic examples of, like, I say basic because that's what I want it to be. When I say basic, I don't mean it that way. I mean it like if you're not putting it in a basic way, you're not making it easy for people to read. And that's how it should be posted. You should be posting it basically so people can see, oh, okay, this is what I want to see to be bullish, or this is what I want to see to be bearish, just to keep it generalized. What's up, Kevo? SPX getting juicy. I probably need to rechart this. Oh, maybe not. Never mind. Ooh, we're Gucci. Yeah, SPX got a crazy amount of movement today. Y'all like my drawings? Honestly, when you guys post that stuff, it really doesn't bother me. Because, like, now, if it was my if that was my chart, I don't know if I'd be able, like, I'd probably draw it worse than you do. So that's why I, like, probably don't even say anything. Because your drawings are probably a lot better than if I was in your exact scenario. If that was my drawing, it'd be a lot worse. I think we know my artist skills are not all the way there. I can't even draw, like, trending lines half the time without it looking all flop-sided. Or lopsided. Let's go over some stuff that you guys want to go. We'll look at Andrew's TXN, and then if you guys have any chart requests or trade review requests that you want me to look at, this is the time to ask. Last hour of the day. But let's look at them now. Andrew, did you already post the chart on this in chat, or you were just still preparing? I meant like a new one. I'm sure you have some ones from a few days ago. I'll just go look at those if you do have that. There's that high. Okay, yes, that's not one. Step by step, watch your step. You might have gotten a liquidated entry today, but there could be another one in between this area. Maybe they drop a little bit more and then rise back up and retake 192.30, and that's your liquidated entry. But they didn't do that any other time down here. I mean, I guess they kind of did right here, but not that crazy. This didn't even touch it. This went down and held it. That didn't even touch it. Turned into a lower high. Yeah, it kind of seemed like, I don't even have my EMAs on yet, but this literally just feels like it needs a little bit more time to tell us, is this where it's trying to settle, or is it wanting to fall down to this one and give us that chance to retake from here? And if none of those happen, then it probably is going to keep falling. That's an interesting one to look at. I didn't even have my EMAs on yet, simply just kind of looking at some of the candlesticks and how they're reacting to some of the levels around this area, but let's add a couple more levels, because clearly we need them. Add those. Probably gonna add it at a halfway point. I won't lie. Sometimes, like I like to do it on this time frame because it's just so much easier to see. Like, oh, okay. And yeah, my level's probably gonna be off by like 10 cents, but come on. Can't give up that convenient. Oh my God, that is beautiful. How the halfway point of this level to this level is held right there. That is just beautiful. So yeah, I guess kind of looking to see, do we lose control of 190? I'd say keep your eye on this 188.99. If it ends up losing this, we probably are going to keep fading back down because it's already, one, breaking this base, but two, breaking the next level, so you have two things to go off of, not just one. But also because it might give you that chance of seeing, like, if maybe semiconductors in the market just start shooting back up and TXN ends up, you know, dropping under and then taking over 192.30. That would be amazing fuel for them to launch up to the 200s again. But like you and me just said there, if they probably lose this with any kind of retest fashion or any just breakdown in general, because it's under such a large base, it might just fall straight to this level very quickly, kind of like it did here. And yes, this was dividend payout related, it looks like, but I don't know. It makes sense. When you break an important level, you do it quick because you're not going to have time to change sentiment to, oh, well, guys, we're doing bearish retest. No, they're just going to send it. They're going to get as much, the market, when I say they, I'm talking about the market makers. They're just going to send it. They're going to get their move. And then you and me are going to look at settling on this chart for a few days probably. But that's an interesting one. There's a lot of cool things going on with that chart. I say cool things because it's not just as easy as like, oh, well, this is clearly a bullish retest. Or this is clearly a bearish retest. No, this is kind of a position where this could turn into a lot. Right now, though, they did go under and then retake. So I'd say it's a lot more bullish than bearish right now until they re-lose this level again, which is probably very possible in the short term. So no actionable trade on that yet, like you and me are saying, but definitely warmed up, though. I have this on the screen, right? Yeah, TXN's on here, so we'll definitely filter through it. Also, AMD, what supports are key? I think I already have this chart done, yeah. So my whole conversation with this chart last week was trying to see if they're holding this at all, and they're not. So we're just still in a bearish retest move on this chart. So more likely than not, if we don't get back above the 132s in the next couple days on AMD, we probably have made it down to the 120s very quickly. Which, if you guys remember from our long-term investment conversation, if this happens, this is actually a beautiful opportunity for any long-term accounts who are trying to buy AMD at a better price. Because between 1 and 119, I believe it is where... I'd have to go check my numbers again because I have it written down. But is where basically it becomes more cost-effective to own. I don't know the terminology, but it's more cost-effective to own it between 100 and 119 is what I was looking at. But we're not down there yet, so we can't even talk about that yet. But that scenario is popping up. That potential is happening, you know. So we've already lost the important level. It probably is going to keep going down to the 120s. But for day trades, this is beautiful because now that we know that, you know, 132, you could mark that level, and then you could come over to your day trade levels, and you could, here, let's just mark it 132.11. Oh, I don't have the right tool clicked. 132.11. I'm gonna make it yellow because just kind of remind us, hey, this is a little different from the rest. So now in the future, we can use this level to help us. Okay, well, as long as we're below this, I should be bearish. As long as we're above this, I should be bullish. You know, so now that I see that, seeing other things pop up, I can use that as context on my smaller time frame. So if I see other things pop up, so even if we're not taking any swings on this yet, a lot of really good day trading opportunity on this chart, not just today, but in the near term. You know, there's going to be a lot more. You had me look at this last week, Kevo, and I was trying to ask you, what is this, or where did you get this from? I know what it is, but where I was asking where you got it from, but I think you were busy and you ended up leaving. Yo, what's up, Retro Gear? How you doing, man? Good to see your name. We're 3-0 gear. It's in my commodities watch. Okay, it's commodities. Okay. Which commodity are we looking at here? I guess I could look at analyze. It doesn't tell me. That's great. Oh, natural gas. It says it right there. That's right. I did find that out last week. I think I added this to the watch list because of you, actually. Yeah, it's down here. I added this Friday because of you. I think you said this one, too. Or someone said BBWI. I don't remember who said it, but somebody said that one. Most of these bottom tickers are from you guys. I got all these from y'all. Huge move, though, today. I gotta say, huge bearish move. Just, you know, the lead test in me. I see that we made this high, it broke structure, caught, went up here. There's one lead test, right? But it doesn't just stop there. Then, this is so fun to review. I did it from here to here. Oh, another one popped up. Okay. And now they're making another leg down from that one. So, and they're breaking more base. This is interesting. I'm not drawing an actual level. We'll draw the trend line just to kind of get a good visual on there. But yeah, breaking a pretty big area. Oh no, yeah, Kevo, I 100% agree. Anybody who thinks otherwise just is stupid. No, we're gonna need natural gas as long as we're here on this planet. we'll need it forever. Unless we just upgrade into the species that just doesn't need fuel anymore. I just don't see that like happening anytime soon, though. But you're probably not looking at it like this. My bad, man. I didn't mean to like look at it like that. I'm not trying to like scare anybody who's like trying to look at something. But short term though, this does look like it wants some more downside. But what I was going to say is not just to scare you, is if it retakes this level the very next day, this could be very good for this chart. This could be just a liquidity grab. So keep that in mind too. Maybe this isn't the end of the world for them yet. But if they do break this down, I would expect this gap to be tested at least a little bit. You know, the halfway point, the extremities of the gap, you know, the open and close. I would say that needs to be looked at next if you are still under this level. So just keep that in mind. But let's look at this more, Kevo. We'll pull it up and stream more and more. Yeah, my bad, VC. I meant to go back for you, man. Thank you for retyping it. My bad. I think we talked about this last week a lot, actually. Because I was looking at coin a lot. 1 second. I don't know. I'm kind of slowing down on the whole crypto vibe right now, VC. And it has nothing to do with the chart. I mean, it has a little bit to do with the chart. It's just the hype died down a little bit. Also, we already hit over 100K, and that's where most people wanted to see hit. So I think, honestly, just for a little bit, you're going to get some consolidating. But if the consolidating is still holding after all of these ugly-ass candles, that is still very bullish. Don't let people scare you into thinking that, like, oh, this is all going to keep coming back down. Like, if you just saw me check Bitcoin first and look at that chart. Like, yeah, they got some nice red candles here and there. None of them are really breaking anything, though. They're just kind of up here, you know? So it's like we reached the level, then we're like, oh, we did it, and now we're just still chilling here. So until I see more evidence on this breaking down, I really can't start shorting crypto yet. Because I'm sure that's what a lot of people are looking at on this chart right now, is where to short it. But in all honesty, like, it's still holding some pretty good higher lows, even with these given scary-ass candles. The MSTR chart's a little bit different than Bitcoin, as you can see. No, good, Kevo. You should be. Anytime you have any tickers like that, bro, bring them in here. I'd love to look at them. I love commodities. I used to make stock market memes, and commodity memes were my favorite to make because not because not many people get it, but because the few people that do get it laugh their ass off. No, but like, yeah, commodities though are very smart because the world needs them. That is things we're going to be using for a long time. Potatoes, you know, potatoes are very important. We all didn't think they did, and look at us now bitching about McDonald's prices. You know, it's like fast food prices are fucking crazy right now, but it's because of commodity prices. They've gone up. The things that those products use to make those things, I'm trying to break this down as simple as I can. The prices of those things have gone up. So of course the overall product is going to go up in price. Not that any of us appreciate that, because why would we want prices to keep going up on our commodities? We wouldn't want that because, again, it's expensive. But it's very important to watch. Kevo's right, and you guys probably could do a lot of back testing from the Ukraine thing, because when the Ukraine war broke out for the second time, a lot of prices did adjust very quickly. And I say the second time because this recent time isn't Russia's first invasion. This is probably like their 30th, but this is their second major invasion. McChicken don't hit the same anymore? Bro, it don't. It just don't. Yo, but y'all saw the bullish news on McDonald's, right? I don't know about the stock price and all that stuff. I'm not even really talking about that anymore. But the company itself is trying to come out with a value menu again, like an actual value menu where it's like, you know, food for really cheap. So McDonald's could be coming back. McDonald's could be coming back as a potential value menu contender, and then that only begs the question, will the other restaurants follow suit? Will the other fast food restaurants follow suit? Well, they all have a value menu, but they were talking about, like, you know how, like, McDonald's had a dollar menu? They're trying to do something like that again, but they're not calling it a dollar menu because it's not going to be a dollar. It's going to be a little bit more than that. But they're trying to come up with, like, a small, cheap menu that, like, people can abuse again, like back in the day. Which I really hope that makes other restaurants do that, because that needs to be done. It's not even just for, like, all of us eating, like, crappy food. It's just, like, fast food should not cost that much. Yeah, bro, the hot and spicy chicken sandwich. Oh, I would get 2 of those, a large fry and a large Sprite, and you could get 2 of that exact order and spend $10 back in the day. If I was to get that order now, I'd be spending at least $20. But that's my combo on MSTR. Sorry, VC. I kind of kept just talking about other stuff after that. I just need to see more evidence on this chart. I don't think it's fair to say that the bears are completely in control yet. Now, maybe not MSTR just individually, but crypto in general. Because that is going to move with crypto, even if it isn't to the T. Oh yeah, the Super Size Me. Dude, that, what do we call that? Is that even a documentary, or what do you call that kind of show? A mockumentary? That was pretty cool, though. How many of you saw that in school, be honest? How many of you saw the Super Size Me guy in school? I was one of those people that were forced to see him in school, and then you started seeing it on, like, Netflix and all that, and it's like, damn, man, like, that guy really blew up. You did too. There was another one too. There's another famous thing we saw in class, but I can't remember what it was. Like everybody read where the red fern grows and all that stuff. Oh man. You know, looking back on it, school actually made us read some pretty cool books. Inconvenient Truth. Which one was that? That sounds so familiar. Birth. You hated reading? I hated reading too at the time. I won't lie. Like now, I don't mind it. But looking back on it, I wish I would have read more. Because it was like, damn, I had all the time in the world to just sit there and read. Sinful said a 2 cheeseburger meal was $3.25 with tax. Now it's 1 cheeseburger by itself. Should have read more, yeah. I mean, I read all like the books that school made you read, but it was just like I think what I'm saying is I wish I enjoyed it more, because like it really wasn't that bad, looking back on it. Like, bro, Where the Red Fern Grows, like that's actually a great book. I mean, everybody has read it, but things were way expensive the old days. It cost like 3 Bitcoin for a hamburger. Would have been less acoustic. Huckleberry and Finn, there you go. Because they made us. Yeah, honestly, that's probably why. Like, they made us read it. Where I think if they were like, if they would have given me a choice between 4 books, I would have been like, oh, I'll kill both of these books. Like, 2 of them right there. You know, you would have enjoyed the, at least, you know, the decision that it was your decision. I think as a kid, that's very important. Because you think everything is yours and you want to do everything that you want to do, you know. I think if they would have just given us the fucking choice, I think everybody would have read them. Instead of being like, you have to read this and we're all going to read this same chapter and we're going to write about this exact chapter today. It's like, bro, what am I, in prison? Like, I'm not joking. I got in trouble towards the end of my junior high, and like a lot of trouble. And I had in-school suspension for like 20 days, 30 days till the school year ended. It was the very end of the year, and I was in ISS, in school suspension. So you're like locked away in this classroom, and like they treat you like an asshole. But there was one upside to ISS. The big upside, and probably the most impactful part of my like end of junior high like career, or whatever you want to call that, was I actually could complete my work and read books without like doing all that tedious crap with the teacher. And I found out like, holy crap, I'm actually learning, like, and I enjoyed it. And it was the weirdest thing because I was in the most disciplined part of the school at the time. It was just, it had nothing to do with like the scenario. It was just, I was able to do it on my own. There wasn't someone over my shoulder staring at me, and we weren't like, you weren't doing it with like 40 people at a time, because we had like 20, 30 people in a class. Oh yeah, of Mice and Men. Bro, of Mice and Men was good. I actually did enjoy reading that one. What did I do? I honestly can't even remember. I think I got into a fight, but then at the same time, once I got into a fight, the teacher saw I got into a fight with like a really asshole kind of kid. So I think his name was Mr. Colorado. I'll never forget my principal's name at the time, Mr. Colorado. He was so fucking real. He was only at my junior high for 1 year, and it was for my 8th grade year. And he was our principal. They got rid of this lady. Her name was Mrs. Seaman. She got fired. Wonder. And he saw that I got into a fight with like kind of an asshole of a kid, so he didn't like too much get onto me. But then he talked to my mom and he realized how far behind my work because I didn't do homework, bro. I did not believe in homework. Like I would do my quizzes, my tests, I'd do my in-school work, I would do all that, but I would never do homework. I still to this day stand behind that. I think homework is the dumbest thing out there. Like if you want a kid to learn, like making them go to school and learning all day and then going home and doing more schoolwork is not the way to do it. Like no genuine kid is going to be motivated to do that. Even the smart ones. I'm sorry. Even the smart ones who are capable of doing that are not motivated to do it. Like if you ever met a smart kid, I've never met a smart kid that enjoys homework. So, sorry. But yeah, back to my point though. I was really far behind a lot of my work, and he was like, you know what, let's take this opportunity and let's shove your ass into ISS, and maybe you'll be disciplined, maybe not, but at least I'll catch up to my work. That was his whole point, because he said like almost 100% of kids that went in there, like no matter how bad of a kid they were, they would still do their schoolwork because it was the only thing they could do. And it was funny, you could literally kill your schoolwork in like 2 hours, 2.5 hours tops, and you'd have the rest of the day to sleep and then go to lunch with everybody. That's how ISS was. It was like, wait a minute, this is the best class ever. So it went from like, we're about to discipline you to, wait a minute, this is the greatest academic decision I could have made in my life. I was not a rebel, don't call me that. ISS was a vibe though, because one of my friends was an asshole. He was a very bad kid in school. He was probably one of the worst. I ended up being one of my really good friends, so I ended up getting in trouble just because I knew him. But it's funny, that kid later up grew to be a quote-unquote pretty big drug dealer now, and I don't even know where he is now. I stopped talking to him when he told me he like can talk to the mafia. I was like, okay, maybe I need to stop talking to you. I didn't know if he was real or not, but he showed me like pictures of some really weird shit, so I was like, okay, I think I'm in the wrong crowd. So I moved away from that. But not even joking, this kid was intelligent. Like for a drug dealer, you know, very bad type of toxic kid in school, like he was very intelligent. But yeah. I'm glad I got away from that, because he could be in jail for right now for all I know. What are we looking at? You said Visa? My bad. I've just been rambling about drug dealers. And finishing schoolwork. Oh, I see why you say shorts. It has a little bit of structure break here. I do like that, but it's like right at the neck structure almost. It does look good. I'm not arguing it. It looks like the start of something amazing, but it could be early. I don't know, that's probably the best looking one I've seen, because all the other ones that already moved already exited outside of like, not just the previous day low, but out of multiple days. Whereas this Visa example you found hasn't done that yet, so it might actually have a lot of potential still. I guess your question should be, do you think the market has more room for a short-term downside? And if you think it does, then your Visa shorts, which it looks like it has a little bit of short-term. Yeah, it has some short-term opportunity. So yeah, I guess I do like your Visa idea. Because by itself looked beautiful. I just wanted to make sure everything else was fine. Yeah. I think I'm mainly concerned with the fact that we're at the halfway point. I mean, I'm sure we're touching the golden pocket now. I know I'm the worst at marking it. No, we're actually under it. Okay. Check the EMAs. All right, bet. Yeah, I'll put it on. I'm just going to turn on the 3 that I look at, though. You know I don't like to look at all 5 all the time. Which we do have room to go down to the 9 on that chart. Visa, though. Oh, nice. Okay. So it's under the 9. It's basically at the 21. So yeah, this is how I felt without turning the EMAs on. It felt like, yes, it is downside, but it might be at a part of the chart where it could slow down. Like, and the 21 EMA is the perfect thing. So it is bearish. Don't get me wrong. It is short term. It is more bearish than bullish short term for an overnight trade. That's interesting, though. Good looks on the EMAs. And you should do that too, Andrew. Whenever you practice, you should go through some of your stuff first, and then throw those EMAs on later, and see if you have the same kind of connection to it. Like, do you think something, or how you feel about it? Try to get that intuition up, because you have really good intuition. Is why I say that. I think that's what you should practice the most. It's kind of talking about it beforehand, doing it during, talking about it. I mean, you're already doing that. I'm just repeating it. Bet. Because I swear this is where some of the best swing trades come from, is when you have that intuition of like what you said right there. You were like, Visa shorts, like you knew instantly like what should be looked at on that chart. You didn't take 20 minutes to come back to me and be like, I think this looks good for shorts, Bueller, let me know. Like, no, you instantly knew what it looks good for. So that's I'm proud of that. Oh, I just smacked my mouse. That scared the shit out of me. Man, I know it was a short stream, but this was still a pretty good stream. We got to go over a good amount of stuff. And it's funny because most of these examples we're going over are from people in the chat. Like, I went over Reacts, I went over Kevo's, I went over Andrew's stuff, and a few other people's. But it's just, and Carter's, Carter had a good example in IWM to start the stream off. Like, it just goes to show you, like, people are working their ass off in the chat. And that's why I do take it personal when people try to take that away from you guys, because, like, this isn't easy. Don't let anybody tell you that. So, like, again, you need everything you can to have advantages in this market. If having a positive environment Discord helps, then so be it. That's what we need, damn it. We're going to have the best Discord ever, and we're going to work each other to the ground. We're going to we're going to make sure we're working each other hard. One more day for reset candle, the 50% mark on Fridays. Pretty easy. All you got to do is click a button. Yeah. And, like, I'm going to use Ace as an example to kind of talk about earlier's drama. But, like, Ace uses the same strategy as J-Bake, right? Do you guys see Ace ever coming into my chat and annoying me with terms? I mean, he might do it to me personally to mess with me because he's a piece of shit. And he's, like, a pretty good friend who likes to try to make me laugh. He does a horrible job of it. But, like, you don't see him coming in here and spouting all that stuff. Like, yeah, but you're doing it as a joke. You're not coming in here and saying this, that, like, every 5 seconds. Like, and also, you came from somewhere first. You didn't start in my Discord and then learn that. Whereas he started here and then learned that, That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, it comes in good faith. Like Ace isn't from this chat, right? And neither was J-Bake, but J-Bake learned this shit before he learned ICT. So that's why it's disrespectful for you to be like, oh, well, this was that, and this was that. Like, bro, why are you using someone else's terms? You learned that later. Don't come into my server where I'm trying to keep people focused on one strategy. Like, that's all I'm concerned about. I don't care who says what and who they're saying it to or what they're saying. It's genuinely just like, look where you're saying it, bro. You're saying it in an environment where I'm trying to keep it, like, warm for everybody, If you keep this place, like, really aggressive, people are going to be scared to talk. I've seen that in I've seen it in my own Discord before. If you're aggressive, people are hesitant to even want to try to engage, right? And what do you need to do to grow? You need to engage. We've all learned that by now. The more we've talked in chat, the more we've talked to each other, the more we've gone over things, the better it is for us, the better the process feels. Thanks for the defense, by the way, Ace. You're fucking stellar on that. I read chat and Mike says, Bueller, AMD burning, it's a good day. Andrew replies, I dislike you. Micro goes, that's okay, your hatred for me will get Theta crushed. He's so goofy. That's actually funny. Jokes on him. Jokes on him. I own shares. You got to remember, he's trading spreads. Y'all are never gonna like each other. He does spreads. Like he's using it to collect premium. He owns shares as well, probably, or he just has a lot of capital sitting there. But he's gonna have like weird opinions against y'all's, but it's just because of like what he's doing. Reinforcement is good, Kevo said, but also people need to show they are willing to work and learn. 100%. I 100% agree, Kevo. Let's finish this year out strong, and then we'll start talking about the member-only streams going into next year, maybe, and we'll do more of those together, where we do less process talking, less breaking down, and more action. How about that? I would love to do that, because if I sit here and try to explain while I'm trying to trade, I'm not going to be able to trade. It's got to be one or the other. We can do reviews after. We can break down as much as we want after, but in the moment, like, we're none of that. Fall down 7, stand up 8. I love that the one by, I don't even know if Denzel's the one who like made the who said that saying, but I don't know who it was I watched, but there's a motivational thing I saw, and it was like, yeah, you get pushed down 7 times, you get up 8, you know. That's how it feels sometimes in trading. Like, you feel like you're just always getting pushed back down, but you got to learn to get your progression. That's why we talk about the stuff that we talk about in here. It's to keep you going. Sometimes it's not even about the strategy. It's just about the psychology of things, you know, the focus of things, you know. You got to keep a strong mentality to stay in here. With any strategy. With only collaborators, that would be sick. Yeah, 100%. Like, it'd be cool if I was streaming to members only and we had Kevo join for the day, and maybe we just chilled for a couple hours. Or Leland, or Sinful, or Prop Street, or, you know, maybe we have a different BB trader in my call every day. Maybe we could do that. That would be cool, too. Keep it a little spicy. Give people something to look forward to, so they can have their day in stream and learn, and then maybe a month goes by and they have another day in stream, and the next thing you know, everyone's growing because we're all engaging more. Who knows? I think that would be a fun idea, though. Ace, I've been giving call-outs. I was one of the first Discords to give call-outs. And successfully do it. I had an insane win rate. The reason I stopped doing it is because it attracted the wrong kind of people. It didn't attract people like you guys. It attracted people who only see money and who only want to hurt other people. They don't care how they have to get to the money. Like, they don't care. They don't care if they have to enter my Discord, pretend to be my friend, leave, and start their own Discord and profit off others instead of trading. You know, there's people who do that. There's people who don't even want to do any of that. They just want to get into here, trick people into, you know, paying for coaching or stuff like that, and getting paid for being absolutely worthless, you know. Funded futures account traders do this a lot, too. It's a very popular crowd to do that. No, Tobias, not all at the same time. That would be literal hell. Yeah, like Andrew said, that would be like an MW2 lobby. All of us in one call would actually be hectic. I've had 5 or 6 people in a call, me and the guys back in the day, and that was pretty hectic, I'll be honest. I think that's what motivated me to do streaming like on my own, where it was just me in the call, because that alone made it kind of hard. But I think if we did something cool where I just invited one of you in here at a time, I think that'd be fine. Like, one day I'll have Andrew, one day we'll have Kevin, one day we'll have Tobias, maybe, if he can connect from the Netherlands. One day we'll have Carter, one day I'll have Aloha, one day I'll have Misi, one day I'll have anybody in chat you can think of. React. It'd be cool to have all of you in here. But one at a time. We gotta do it one at a time. Maddie Clams, yeah, Maddie Clams, Maddie Ice, I can't forget my Maddies. My Matisses. Not Ace, though. I don't think I could ever have Ace in here. Ace said, if anybody wants me to coach them what not to do, $9.99 a month. Yeah, I don't know if I could ever bring Ace in here. He just triggers me too much. I just can't handle him. He said, I'll teach y'all how to win at marbles. What did we say? What did we say last week? What was the word? I said something, and then he heard the word marbles. I forgot what it was, but that was actually so funny. I thought about that this weekend. I think that was when we were in a private call. What did we say, dude? We said something, and then he was like, marbles? Like, appeared out of nowhere. Marvel. Yes, yes, you remembered it. Yes. I think me or Sinful said Marvel, and he goes, marbles? It's like, no, 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 no. CS later? Yeah, I'm down. What is your later, though? Because Ace will have me playing like an hour after the market's closed, or after the market's closed, and then you'll be here at like, I don't know, you have basketball every day, I think, right? You're free after 4 EST. Okay, well, I'll be around. No ball today? Damn, that sucks. Well, yeah, hit me up. Hopefully you can catch Ace, too, so we can get an Ace lobby. I'd like playing with Ace. I might hate trading with Ace, but I like playing Counter-Strike with Ace. Bro actually progressed, like, super fast. I'm genuinely proud of him. From someone who doesn't even use mouse and keyboard to someone who uses it better than some people I've seen use it for fucking thousands of hours. Pretty impressed. I've never lost money trading with you because I've never traded with you. You've never lost money trading with me. Fair enough. Actually, no, me and Ace did trade one day. I have to take that back. Me and Ace did trade together one day. I don't think we caught anything together, but we definitely were there together. He said that's better than... Yeah, you're right. You know what, Ace? You do got to argue with the probability, because if you argue with probability, I will lose. 90% does win. I mean, what am I going to say? No? What am I going to say? He's wrong? I'll be in the voice chat for a bet. I'll see you there. Does anybody have any questions or want to go over anything in the last 19-20 minutes of stream before we end it here? This is definitely the time to ask, to go over certain things, even if it's something basic, if it's something complex, if it's something I mean, we don't really have anything complex. It's really all pretty simple. It's just a lot to take in. Does anybody have any genuine questions on any of the things we do, the types of entries that we look for, the types of retests that we look for, any of the levels, you know, halfway points, and any of that stuff, any of Leland's information with the gap fibs, the candlestick patterns, any questions behind any of those? Why is that line orange? Because it's the halfway point of a gap from December 3rd to December 4th, and I just wanted a visual reminder of where it was. Thank you to Dr. J for reminding me to put it back on after I deleted it last night so I could review it with him. I was talking when I saw you go over Tesla. Yeah, I did go over Tesla. Carter says, I got one. What is this? A decade emerging can. If you've ever seen me start marking those, just leave chat. That's how you know I've truly gone crazy. I start marking decade emerging candles. What is it, Carter? Don't make me go crazy. Teal lines, I'm going to call them. I am lazy, but did sell 40269. Should I buy them back? No. Fuck. If you were able to get out the first time, you probably shouldn't do it a second time. Come on, bud. Do not buy them back. I mean, that's up to you. Don't listen to anything I just said. I can't actually enforce you to do anything with your financial decision. You do whatever you want. Would I do it? Probably not. Yeah, I don't even use the not financial advisor bullshit as much as other people because, like, When you come into my group, you know damn well what you're getting. I don't think anybody in here has ever been swayed wrong by me that way. I've definitely never, ever done that. Because that just feels like the shittiest thing you could do to somebody. Especially with knowing you're not even in it. Like, if you're not in a trade and you're telling other people to buy puts or calls, like, that has got to be the most fucked up thing ever. I would never even have the nerves to even mention that you should be getting calls or puts unless I was also in them. Because then that's the only time I would It's like, I'm not even joking. This goes back to what rappers say, bro. I think Currency said this. Someone said this best, but they said, a rapper who chokes up has never actually lived that life. But a person who can go into the booth and just start spitting is someone who lived that life because they can relate to it, because they can draw that energy and those words out of them, right? It's the same thing with trading. It's the same exact thing with trading. You know, if you're not actually doing it, you are not going to be able to talk to someone who actually trades all the time because they're going to talk a different way. They're going to be going, oh, well, I shorted there, I entered there, I did that. Well, while you, someone who isn't, is going to be a little more hesitant on some of the same reactions. Maybe you're in the same, like, direction as them, you know, but that's why you definitely got to take it serious when you're actually trading, because it is a different ball game. Wait, Carter, what was the question? Even if it was confusing, let me know. I won't get mad and I won't jump on you. I genuinely am just curious now. I got to know. Unless you're actually just trolling me, then this is grade A trolling. To say I got one and then say, never mind, I'm confused by my own question. That would be the greatest of trolls. Skins in the game is attention... Wait, what? Is attention span. No way around it. That's why you have to do the work. The fact that you relate shit to rap all the time adds to why I trust BB. Multiple... I mean, it's the same thing, though. Like, if you can't make analogies, like, I'm not saying, like, use me as the template to figure out if someone's a real trader. I'm not saying do that. I'm not even trying to act like that. I'm just saying, like, you could definitely tell, you know? I'm thinking about retests. No, I'm not that good. Shut up, Carter. Tell me what it was. What was the question? I will come through your screen and choke you out. I look like that scary girl from that one movie. Well, whatever it was, Carter, I hope you figured it out. I'm out again. I am tired. 2 more weeks until the 3-week European holiday we call Christmas. Your Christmas is 3 weeks long? 2 more weeks until the 3-week Europor holiday we call Christmas? Bro, celebrating Hanukkah times 3. That is a good question, SF. That is a good question. It looks like my next level down is 602.63, but I think we all know that's a little unrealistic. So I think 603.50 is a good target, but I mean, you probably shouldn't be looking for a target right now. We're in the last 13 minutes of the day. Let me see if that's the latest emergent candle. Okay, yeah, that probably is. Yeah, and then we have a lot of halfway points. Actually, I just realized, I think I deleted my other chart. I did. Son of a gun. I'm so bad about that. I don't know if y'all are, but I am the worst at... Like, I'll do one thing to a chart, and then I just delete it. And then I completely forget that I didn't need to do that. I could just delete the one thing I added, and I can keep the exact chart I had. And I have this, like, clean slate mentality. I have no clue why. Just the validation of them working through it, backtesting. Good, good, good. Yeah, backtest as much as you possibly can. Backtesting is the one thing me or Leland will tell you that will literally give you just natural confidence. Like, You shouldn't get. I mean, you should get confidence from your confirmations popping up, like, oh, I got a break of a level. Like that should definitely help you out. But your preparation should be part of that confidence. Like you should already understand that that's possible before it even happens. Ace, I can never tell when you're trying to troll me or not, because all I do is go over how to backtest. So when you ask that, I can't tell if you're asking and you're trolling me, or if you're asking me and you just have never actually listened to the audio of any of my streams for the past 3 years. That's, or however long you've been in here. You haven't been here 3 years, so however long you've been here. So I can't tell if you're trolling or not. I need a confirmation on that. Just Spain from the 20th to the 24th. Damn. And then Christmas starts 24th. We do 3 days. Then nobody actually works. New Year's, January 1st. Nobody does shit until January 4th. Since, well, epic hangover. Then I am in London till the 6th. Damn, you're all over the place around Christmas. Is it because of family, Tobias? Or you and your girl are just traveling a bunch? Or is it work related, maybe? Or all? Is it all of those things? But good job, Carter. That is literally the one thing. I mean, Leland has like whole posts on how to backtest. He writes them out because it would frustrate him how people would struggle but not backtest. Like he even has a whole written out form on how you should back. He even has like a cool simple checklist that says, "Are we under today's open? Are we not? Okay, well then check this next. Are we under that? Are we above that? Okay, well check this next." Like the order of operations videos, you know, it's all the same. So looking at my trading reviews, took the fib from the level to the 9:28 a.m., but we did get a green kill on 27. I'll be a doji but green. I mean, if there's a more distinct green candle, you could definitely take advantage of that, Carter. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you definitely don't want to ignore that first real high, if you know what I mean. That's the reason I do that. It's because of the high. But I know some scenarios are going to be an awkward candle. Yeah, that's still valid. Yeah, you're still good. What you're doing there is you're just drawing the more distinct high, is what you did. Instead of like the true high of everything, or like that uglier first high, whatever the trade was. But you're drawing the more distinct high, which is still important. And Daffy asked me a long time ago, kind of a similar question. It's the exact same question, just with a different conversation. But he said, you know, is it okay that I add the recent emerging candles instead of the old ones? And I said, brother, that's fine. Just make sure you do it that way every single time. As I've always said in the past, all the way up till now, be consistent in your methods, right? So if you're going to draw that distinct high, you should get used to drawing them more like that as well. So wherever you feel the distinct high is, the meat of that high, you know, where do they actually stop? That's what you should focus on. At first, though, you see how I tell people, though, just draw the high because it gives them a general template. And then as you backtest it more, as you look at it more, as you review it more, as you trade it more maybe, you'll start to understand, okay, wait, I could have used a little bit more on this. And that's why you see why I give Leland so much praise, because he's really good at abusing those little extras, those little extremities that we don't always pay attention to. Right, I'm looking for a fucking 40% entry. Bro's over here looking for a retest of a 50%, right? And who's going to win that? Me or him? Probably him. That's a way better opportunity than a 40%. But like what you're doing, it's kind of fun to backtest them a bunch because you get an understanding of the different variations that happen with price. Price doesn't always move the same way. We all know that. That's why we have so many different confirmations and examples and templates and all this stuff, so we can understand the things that do pop up that we can, you know, potentially read. We're not gonna be able to read every bit of the chart. We're not fools. We're not gonna computerize the chart and understand exactly where we're bullish and bearish every single part of the day. We're not perfect. But we can definitely get a piece of it. Okay, so not looking at my trading views, took the fib from the level to the... Bet, Maddie, thank you for noting that. I always appreciate your little checklist you come in here and tell me about. I'm just working through I'm just working through like, okay, level break, we get a 3 to 4, 5 or so candles, then slow down. Depending on how many, so determine how strong, obviously, and how they move. Yes. Everything you're saying, yes. You're gauging the strength on it using context. That's all you're doing. I mean, I say that's all you're doing, but that's actually fucking a lot. It's very impressive. Yes, though, Carter. Yes, everything you just said. Yes. So I could tell you really get it now because of how you're talking. You see what I'm saying? Like the way you're talking. It's not like I get what you're saying. Like you're not asking for like the basics. Like what you're talking about is a little bit more in depth. So you're talking about my example now. It's like when a rapper goes in the booth and he's never lived the life, he's not going to be able to spit that long, right? It's going to sound a little fabricated. Somebody who's lived the life goes in there, they're going to spit some stuff you're going to relate to and be like, damn, that guy was tough. Like, yeah, because he was probably from the streets. Like, he knows what he's talking about. It's the same thing you just said. Everything you just said right there, like, that's trader talk. That's like, okay, this guy's been in the booth. This guy's been back testing. I would, seriously, everybody in here, I would reread Carter's messages about 8 times. They might be put out in a simple way where it's like, if this, then that. But that's trading. Reread Carter's messages in the YouTube chat. Very, very impressive. KT, thank you, man. Josh for president. Fuck no. You know me, I'd never run for president. Oh, the music stopped again. Y'all are just listening to my fan. Alright, back. I'm replaying it again. How you doing, though, Keanu? Step by step, watch this. Appreciate the feedback, but no problem, Carter. Thank you, dude. I'm just, it's a huge fucking testament to like honestly, thank you. Like I should be saying that to you. Thank you. Because like after all the BS I've dealt with lately, like it is seriously a relief when even just 1 or 2 people in chat can reach out and just show me, hey, I've been paying attention. Hey, I've been taking time on my own to learn. I can see that in Kevo. I can see it in you. I can see it in React. I can see it in Andrew. I can see it in Noxta. I can see it in the Maddies. I can see it in 100 other people in chat. You know, and that's always going to be more worth it to me than any amount of anger or drama or anything else in the world, really. Like that's a huge sigh of relief for me because it's like, oh wow. Like it doesn't even matter to me if it's just 1 or 2 people. I don't care. Only those like, you know, few people are gonna get it, and it's that's all I care about. What was I about to do? Oh yeah, the time axis. It's messing up my chart settings. But yeah, just a lot of cool people around the group. We were on FaceTime. We are in some Twitter DMs right now, though. And I've like Keanu, like we've bumped heads a fuck ton, and we still talk. But you don't see Keanu coming into my chat and saying, "Blue Lions." Why would he do that? That'd be so fucking autistic and just disrespectful to me. So he doesn't do that. For the same reason, I won't go to his group and be like, "Hey guys, fucking retest entry this, retest entry that, previous day control point." Because why would I do that? Why would I go to someone else's environment that they invented and ruin it? Why would someone do that to me? Like, that's what I'm getting at. It's not even who did what or what they said. It's just like where you're saying it is insane. Yeah, so it's like I don't know. Keanu's a good example too. Like, I've bumped really hard heads with Keanu a lot, and we still make a way to work it out. Because guess what? We actually trade. Like, at least I can accept that one fact, right? It's like, okay, well, at least I have that. Where these other people, they don't care about that. They just want to like piss people off and be a troll on the internet, or I don't know why they do it, to be honest. Maybe they really do think they're right, and it's not really about being right or wrong, which is really weird that they would think that way. Same reason I won't say Whopper. Exactly, bro. That's a great example. Like, you wouldn't go to McDonald's and ask for a fucking Whopper. That would be, one, you would look dumb, but it's a little disrespectful because you're in, you know, in a place that definitely doesn't serve that. Yeah, what the heck, Tesla? React, you're right. We love seeing Tesla go up. It's kind of crazy. The last time I really talked about it was down here, because a lot of you guys were asking me like, well, what do we chart this for? Because this week was weird. And we talked about like this move here. We talked about this move here, and just kind of how this was different than the past and how it could help move it up. Now, I never said it'd be hitting 400 this quick. I said you could expect the 300 soon. I never said 400. So the fact it went over $100 more than where I said to watch short term on it is kind of crazy. It blows your like expectations out of proportion sometimes, because you're probably like, oh, I'm expecting a 20, 30, 40, $50 move maybe, you know, and then you get this and you're like, oh, crazy chart though. I'm happy for Tesla. As much as they've been beat down for just all kinds of crap, it's kind of nice to see them up here again. Step by step. Alright guys, well, that's the end of the market. Does anybody have any questions or comments they want to make before the end? This is definitely the time to make them. Highly appreciate the likes. Thank you everybody who gifted memberships or updated their memberships for the loyal supporter thing on YouTube. I appreciate that. Some of you guys have it for 3 months. Some of you guys have it for almost 20 months now. So seriously, thank you. It's kind of incredible. I know it's only like, oh, it's only $4.99. It's not shit. But dude, that is crazy. $4.99 for, I mean, I think my longest membership in here is like 19 months now, or whatever Jack or Reacts is. Somebody has like the longest membership in here. It's just crazy. But thank you guys again. Throughout all the random drama we get, you know, time to time. I think I'm starting to react a little bit better to it though. Just moving on from it, focusing on who's more important. So that's what's cool, I guess. A little bit of growth from my end. But I'm really just proud of you guys, seriously. Like, it's really nice to just go into chat and look into chat and be like, oh wow, like, look how good this trade was, or look at that. Like, whereas in the beginning of my chat, it really did all rely on me posting or not. You know, so when I say thank you, like, I really do mean it. Thank you. Because it means a lot more that we don't just have a chat where it relies on me being awake or not, or being in chat or not, you know? Now we have a chat where, yeah, if I'm there, it definitely helps, but, you know, with the energy of things, not with y'all's trading results. But it definitely is nice to have you guys in there, because it's that extra support that everybody probably needed, you know? Somebody's looking at something and they're not quite sure, and they type it in chat. They probably hesitate a little bit. They're probably a little scared. But somebody else reassures them, and it definitely gives them a little bit more confidence. And I don't know, it's nice to bounce off of people like that. So thank you guys again. Seriously, I appreciate all of you. Have a great rest of your day. Tomorrow we'll have a stream at the Open Today we didn't have that. I'm trying to do the end-of-day streams just for Mondays. I won't be here Friday, so we can't have a full day stream Friday, but I will make it up to you the next couple of weeks after that. We'll do extra full day streams. So I will make up this Friday not being a full day stream. But tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday are all going to be from open to about lunchtime. Maybe we can go later than that. You know, maybe we push one of those to a full day stream if we feel like it, or if the day's giving us opportunity. But I'm not going to promise anything, so we'll just keep it how it is now, and we'll see what we do. But I definitely want to push some of those streams to a further time. But thank you guys again. I'm just rambling at this point. Sorry. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later on.